Ever since I started this channel, I'm noticing more and more that people aren't really manifesting the reality that they want. And I was in that same position. And I know what it's like not to have the desires that you want or why it's not working. If you're wondering why you can't get your specific person the love of your life, or to get someone to react the way you want to, or to have a better life financially, or whatever you want in life, right? Abundance, health, success, right? All these things that we want, but yet we try so hard and it doesn't work out. And if you're one of those people, or you just want to level up your manifestation and just hear what it's all about, then this is the video for you. I don't believe in accidents. Everything in life happens for reasons. It's just like you came upon my videos. There's always a reason why you're here, right? And it will lead you into two different types of people in life. There's two paths that you can choose. One is that you can continue down the same path that you exist now, right? Whether you're trying to manifest or you're just a non-believer, you can always stay in that same path. Who cares, right? Because this is your decision to make that choice. So you can always go this way to be unconsciously aware of your reality. Let it just throw things at you unconsciously, and then take everything by difficulties, circumstances, roadblocks, and it just throws things at you, right? And you're just living reality and just taking it as is. But the second person decides that they know that it is possible to change their reality, and everything from this day forward, they want to be more consciously aware of their manifestations. We got to understand that you're always manifesting whether you're aware of it or not. Once things start making sense and start clicking, once you get that first manifestation, it just becomes easier and easier over time. So how does one crack the Da Vinci Code, break the matrix, get out of this simulation, get out of the old reality and become something better, and not just break free from the bonds and chains of reality, but to get whatever the F you want? Anything you desire can be yours. I'm going to share with you some of the things that can help you along your journey in manifestation. Yo, what's up? Johnny here. I'm really glad you're here today. I really do hope you're doing well out there. And if you're killing it in manifestation, keep doing what you're doing. This message is just to inspire, to guide people in the path, whether you know the information or not. Sometimes I even watch videos just keep me inspired and motivated. But when it comes to making my videos specifically for this, I try not to, because a lot of my information, after reading a lot of books, it's kind of like I just kind of download the information, or I get inspired action to say something that's been just kind of lingering over my mind over the day or for the week. So I'm going to share with you exactly some of the steps that I have taken to break out of the Da Vinci Code and literally be able to take my life back. When it really comes down to it, when we learn about the law of assumption and Neville Goddard, it doesn't matter. A lot of his books, I mean, there's a lot of religious context in these books, but when it really comes down to what he's really trying to say is that you are the power. You are the I am. You are that is, whatever it is. You are that the all, right? The creator, the creation. So we have to understand that we are in control of the reality that we are. We are that I amness, the one, the connected to everything, right? We have that universal power to decide how to live our reality. But over the course of our entire life, and none of us really knew, right, until we fell upon it, that we weren't aware of this power. We were unconsciously going about reality and just kind of taking it as it comes to us, right? Instead of for us. But if you're having problems manifesting your reality and nothing is going your way, you're practicing every single day and you're doing the methods, the techniques, and It seems like no matter what you do, it doesn't work. The reason why a lot of these things don't work is because people avoid this. Because when it comes to the self, we must change the self in order for the mirror to change, the reflection to change. So when someone says, oh, nothing's working, you need to change yourself, and guess what that person does? They just kind of throw it away, push it aside, because we were raised to be, this is me, this is it. There's nothing I'm going to change. I'm going to be me. And if it doesn't work, then that's the way it is, because I'm not going to change anything. This is who I am. This is my identity. So we live by this identity that we're so attached to, that when it comes to trying to shift into a new reality, we can't get there, because in order to get to that new reality, you have to leave the old self, the old identity, and shift into the identity that has the thing that you want. Because that identity, and we talk about parallel universes, or, there's millions of potentials of you, and what you are actually really doing is you're tapping into a potential that has that. But if you don't have that mindset of a successful person, then how could you get the thing that you want and still be the old self that doesn't have that same kind of belief system? Or, when it comes to romance, yeah, you want love, but you don't have love for oneself in order to attract it. You have to be whole in order to attract a whole, right? Instead of, I need this in order to be happy. And then that creates a whole problem in itself, because without this person, you're not happy. So we are not complete. And this has been just taught that way. Nobody knew better, right? That, I had to have this in order to feel complete. But in reality, in order for us to become something new, we have to shift into that state. And we can only be in one state, the state that whatever it is that you want. So you would want to shift into a state of someone that doesn't have negative beliefs, limiting beliefs, that never has circumstances or issues in their life, the perfect self that never has to deal with any hardships. Someone saying that you have to go through difficulties in order for you to obtain, greatness or whatever, is because you were taught that you had to go through these phases or get tested by the universe. No, not. It's only what you believe to be true. If you want to be tested, yeah, you could be tested all day long, and all those tests will still be in your face, and you'll never get to your reality, because you're in a reality where you're expecting a test, instead of embodying the state as if all those things are already here now, and that's you. You're embodying the person that has those things, where you're a person that never struggles. You're a person that doesn't have bad luck in life. Everything always works out in your favor. Everywhere you go, you're a magnet. Everyone is attracted to you. You have so many amazing friends. Everyone wants to hang out with you. You're the person that everyone loves to talk to and get advice from, right? But in order for this to happen, is that we can't just be playing around with, let me just give this a try. Let me just see if this is going to work for me. If it doesn't, then I'm just going to go back and just take life as it is. But the way that I was able to break free from this is that I didn't decide to just do this one time, or let me just try it for a couple weeks, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to stop. This is a lifestyle. It is something that is a part of me, and you live it every single day by putting 1% more effort into whatever it is that you want. We don't want things to consume us. We put these new thoughts and these new patterns of being into our existence. And as we progress through our journey and through our days, we are focusing on becoming and living by that new being. And when we shift into that being, we are going to reflect that all back out. Going back to everything is you pushed out, right? Because everything begins with the self. And once we understand that, everything else in our reality will start unfolding. When you're saying this is not going to work, let's just remove all the methods that you're using right now. Only keep the things that are actually making you happy. If something's making you miserable and you're trying to write something down, I can't do scripting. There's no way in my life I can sit there and write all day. I just don't want to be doing that. It just takes up too much energy and too much of my time. So find whatever methods work for you, then stick with the ones that make you happy. But what I'm starting to notice as well is that when you're doing these methods, you're coming back and questioning, does this work? I don't know if this is going to work out for me. Is this working? I've been doing this for 3 months. We never wait for time. We live in the moment and live expecting that it is going to come and go about our life. And whether it's an SP, we want the SP, right? The specific person, but do we wait during that time period? No, we got to keep going with life, and eventually you guys will align when you're embodying the person that's supposed to be with them. So you might have to be working on yourself, who knows, or you might already be ready and your alignment will be in the next week, or it could take you months because your self-concept isn't enough yet. You're not embodying that person yet in order to have the things you want. So we need to start focusing on ourselves. So stop forcing everything in your 3D. Action isn't required. If it is something, you will get a calling to do it, and your subconscious will go make you do whatever needs to be done, the minimal effort to get your reality. But we just don't want to kind of tinker with reality and see if we're getting the things that we want. Do we go on social media to check on the person? Or do we open up our bank account again to see if the number changed, right? Or we go on to, let's say you're an artist and you're going on to your Spotify and you're seeing if you got any new followers. If you're trying to think that you already have 1 million followers, why are you checking to see if it already is? We have to embody that it already is and just live by it, and eventually reality will catch up to whatever you've been putting into your mind. So when we talk about mind, we need to understand to master our thoughts and be aware of the thoughts that we are putting. The conscious mind is the gate. And if it doesn't accept something or doesn't want to accept it, then it could also think of these thoughts and then pass it down to the subconscious. And when one believes something to be true, the subconscious doesn't care whether it is or not, and it's going to express it out into your reality because it's only going to express who you are and not who you want, because it knows that. So the trick really is, when it comes to like affirmations, is that we can always ask in different ways when we affirm for the thing that we want. We could say, I am successful. My SP is so obsessed over me. So when we're affirming, we can simply repeat the thought that we want, because I get a lot of people that say, oh, I'm unsure. I don't know how to visualize. Neville speaks of how to do this by crowding your mind or repeating a thought over and over in your mind as you're imagining the state of the wish fulfilled. And when you can't imagine the state, it doesn't matter if you imagine it. You imagine, or you would repeat this thought in your mind. It's like both, or one or the other, and it doesn't really matter, because the subconscious eventually is going to be impressed by whatever you put into it. So we just can't have any doubts when it comes into our new being. So when the way to get the things that you want in life is by becoming the person that already has the things that you want, becoming the person that doesn't have circumstances or challenges in their life, becoming the person that is always lucky in life, becoming the person that everyone always wants to be around, and or being the person that is lovable, that someone wants to have romance with you because you're the most lovable person in the world. So when we are changing our state, we are changing our state into this new identity of that version of us that is unstoppable, the version of us that has all those things. And when you think, well, I'm imagining that I'm having these things, well, you got to understand that the 3D has to catch up to your thoughts. Everything that's unfolding in your reality right now are just all past thoughts, all past manifestations, all past memories of whatever you're putting into your mind. So we just can't be upset with the moment. That's why we just kind of live in the moment and kind of just accept it and live about knowing that my reality is going to unfold. You have to enjoy your moments while and just think that it's only temporary. When I'm in a situation that I don't want to be in, I always think of it that this is temporary. And then I even smile and get excited because I know that whatever it is already happening, and the situation that I'm in is going to disappear and fade away. And I'm just living in the moment as if it was just a memory. So I'm just thinking of it, oh, this is just a memory, that this is all going to pass. This is all going to pass, and this new reality is coming to me. I know it's coming because every moment something exciting happens in my life, and more unusual, unexpected things happen that I could never think that it would happen in my old self. But in my new self, everything seems to be magical. You have to believe you have a magical life. And the more you impress that, it only has, your subconscious is only going to give you what you want, that you are the I am. You are connected to everything. Whatever it is that you want, you can have it. So really, you have what it takes. Everything you want is already yours. If you're already doing the work, there is no questioning whether it's working or not because you're already doing the work. Just stay in the state and don't expect anything. And eventually, when you just allow the universe to figure it out for you. But as it unfolds and you finally get the thing that you want, it's only going to get easier and easier as time goes by because you're working on yourself every single day. If you really got value out of this, please do like and subscribe. I really appreciate you. And if you already are, comment below and let me know that you're becoming that new self, that new master, the master of reality. You are shifted and you are that new person. Become it. Say, I am in my new state. I am in the best version of me. I am the best identity ever. I am the version that everybody wants. I am the version that no one can compare to. I am the best version out of anything that ever existed. You have to start believing that stuff. And when you are the best version, that best version has all the things that you want. That reality is living that life. And there's another reality where it's the worst case scenario. So, which one do you want? And what do you have to sacrifice in this time? Do you want to go back to that, or you want to go into the new one? We got to get out of our own reasoning mind, the thing that tries to kind of put things together and saying it doesn't make sense. This is all kind of woo-woo. We have to get out of those beliefs that have been conditioning us for a long time. But until then, take care, and I'll see you on the next.